This is San Diego News Daily.
I'm Monica Hernandez. Let's get right into your top local stories. The years-long battle over a plan to redevelop the area around the sports arena will be back in the spotlight tonight. It's called the Midway Rising Project, and it would add 4,000 housing units, a 16,000-seat arena, retail space, parks, and more to the land currently occupied by the Pechanga Arena. The development initially faced backlash over plans to exceed the city's 30-foot height limit. But when San Diegans voted to lift that height limit, the group Save Our Access sued to stop the project. They say the city's environmental review did not consider how taller buildings would impact the environment.
It kind of creates an impossible situation for cities if every time they do an environmental study, individual who is dissatisfied with the project can go to court.
Local groups are holding a town hall tonight to express their concerns over a proposed bill that would pave the way for the project to move forward. The legislation would essentially exempt building height from being considered as a significant impact on the environment under the California Environmental Quality Act, which has been the major sticking point for this development. Tonight's town hall is scheduled to begin at 6 at the Point Loma Library. Budget cuts have forced some city services to shut down, including some public bathrooms. But now one city council member is pushing the mayor to reopen them at Mission Bay. The city of San Diego posted this map on their website showing 13 out of Mission Bay Park's 28 bathrooms are closed. Council member Raul Campillo wants to use money for election costs that was freed up when the ban on beach parking didn't make it to the November ballot.
I got people who are going to the bathroom behind trees right now who are going number one in the bushes. And that's a public safety, public sanitation problem.
Mayor Todd Gloria's office pointed us to a memo sent to City Council member Campillo, which said in part that no funding has been identified to reopen the Mission Bay restrooms. They also added that using available funding would be premature when there are other possible costs in the future, such as when El Nino storm season arrives. Today, children in San Ysidro have a brand new park and rec center. The modernized site was largely funded by federal grant money. NBC7's Nicole Gomez was there for the ribbon cutting.
Well, this activity center first opened back in the 70s. It hadn't been refurbished fully since then, and now it is nice. Woo!
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
A lot of excitement from the community for this long-awaited new and improved San Ysidro Community Activity Center. The nearly $6 million modernization includes a new playground, indoor and outdoor basketball courts, upgraded restrooms and drinking fountains. The project was largely funded by a $4 million federal grant secured by Congressman Juan Vargas, who says San Ysidro can often be a forgotten community in the city of San Diego, but it shouldn't be.
Because even during these difficult times, the community needs to be built up. It needs the resources to be able to make sure that our children are able to play in a place that's safe, make sure that the community is a dignified place for all people to grow up.
We also heard from a community member who said he and his neighbors worked tirelessly for years to get this thing done and never gave up. It was just a matter of time. Reporting from San Ysidro, Nicole Gomez, NBC7.
And Chief Meteorologist Sheena Parveen joins us now with a look at the forecast.
Hi there. As we head through the afternoon today, it's still going to be unseasonably warm, just maybe not as hot. We'll be around 90 inland, around 80 at the coast, mountains near 90, deserts near 110. We still have a beach hazard statement through Wednesday, wave heights near 7 feet. After that, we're going to have a high surf advisory. Wednesday through Saturday, wave heights up to about 9 feet. Dangerous rip current still. Always make sure you're near a lifeguard tower. Starting Friday, the coast will be under a heat advisory through the entire weekend, and all areas inland will be under an extreme heat warning for the weekend. We'll take a look at everyone's weekend forecast coming up.
A mess in North Park after a man stole an excavator and took it for a joyride. We hear from a nearby business owner who had to deal with some of the damage. And after weeks of training, today, San Diego junior lifeguards took a leap of faith for the annual pier jump. That story is next.
We are rolling. Your left, I'm sorry.
Let's do this.
Where do you get your information from? Well, definitely start with the local news.
The reason why I love listening to local news like NBC, they give the facts.
California families could feel
They have a genuine interest, first as people and second as a news team.
Because this is their community too.
Sometimes the news isn't always fun. Bringing it to us every day in good and bad times is something that we rely on.
Nice to have you with us.
This is San Diego News Daily.
I'm Monica Hernandez. Welcome back. We have an update on a wild story we first showed you yesterday. The man accused of stealing a backhoe over the weekend is now facing 3 felonies. Police say he drove it through North Park just after sunrise Sunday, dragging the back bucket along University Avenue and causing sparks to fly. Police say he stole the rig a few blocks away near Mississippi and El Cajon. And during the short journey, they say he took out at least 5 street signs, a street light, and a big tree planter. The backhoe stopped when it hit the marquee outside the observatory. We spoke with city crews working to repair the damage.
He had no shirt on, could be homeless, I'm not sure, just joyriding. Yeah, having a good time, knocking stuff over.
Damage to the observatory is estimated at $25,000. The Public Works Department is still tallying up the costs to repair everything else. 28-year-old Liam Quigley is now charged with 2 counts of vandalism and 1 count of vehicle theft. He's due in court tomorrow. 3 stories. That is the distance from the end of Scripps Pier to the swirling ocean below. Today, dozens of local kids, they're testing their limits by jumping off the pier. Round 2 of the San Diego Junior Lifeguards Pier Jump comes as we're experiencing high surf and dangerous rip currents along the coast. NBC 7's Audra Stafford explains some of the steps being taken to keep everyone safe.
When you're here on the sand and looking at the pier, the thought of jumping off of it doesn't seem so scary. Who am I kidding? It looks terrifying, but it's a whole other level of scary when you're standing up top.
A little bit of regret, and then when you step off, definitely a lot more regret, and then, yeah. And then when you pop up out of the water, you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad.
And that's coming from a seasoned pro. Today was 14-year-old James Wilson's 4th time participating in the San Diego Junior Lifeguards Pier Jump as his parents watched and recorded him from the shore. James and the other junior guards spend weeks training for this jump, running, swimming, and learning how to navigate the strong rip currents.
They teach us how to get out of it, how to spot them too.
Each group jumps together and returns to the shore together. It's that team spirit that James says will bring him back to jump again next year.
It's really fun. I get to meet a ton of new people, and I just have a blast doing it every year.
From La Jolla, I'm Audra Stafford, NBC 7.
Ooh, gets my heart rate up just watching. Well, we're not in a weather alert anymore, but we are still feeling the heat. Chief Meteorologist Sheena Parveen will have a look at your weather forecast right after this.
On January 22nd, I got a phone call from my daughter.
Rolling.
All right. She said, Mom, the water's already waist high. And we were all scrambling.
There's been 2 wildfires that have come through. We were able to watch NBC 7, and we knew that as long as they were there, we were going to be okay.
We're going to be here. We're going to keep an eye on things.
Because of you guys, they acted. This is the source of all of this neighborhood's problems.
Everything can be so unpredictable, and we rely on this coverage.
Hi there, I'm NBC 7 meteorologist Sheena Parveen. Today the coast will be around 80 degrees. For the inland valleys, around 90, so still unseasonably warm. For the mountains, near 90, deserts near 110. Heading into the next couple days, pretty steady weather pattern until we hit Friday. Then we're going to heat up again. Mid-80s at the coast Friday through the weekend with a heat advisory already in place. For the inland valleys, we'll be under an extreme heat warning starting Friday. Over the weekend, mid to upper 90s. Not as hot next week, but still hot. Mountains and deserts also under an extreme heat warning. That's going to begin on Thursday. Very hot weekend ahead.
All right, Sheena, thank you. And as always, there is more coverage you count on at NBC7.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.